Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the GeForce GTX 1060 6GB model in Forza Horizon 5. We are running it, of course, using the latest Nvidia drivers 496.76, and this is a Gaming X version of the card from MSI. I actually overclocked it a little bit, as you can see right here, and as usual, we're running it with a Ryzen 9 5900X and 32GB of RAM to avoid any CPU or RAM bottlenecks, but you should get the same FPS if you pair this card with like an i3-10100F or an older like i7-6700, for example, and 16GB of RAM. So let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, so let's go through the settings first, and I'm playing at the 1080p resolution. We're actually going to play this one at 1440p and 4K as well, because I am extremely surprised with these results. So I set it to 1080p and high settings first, just to see what the 1060 was capable of. And look at these FPS, guys. What is this? Like, oh my gosh, the optimization in this game is just insane. So let's start counting our FPS. I think this should still be playable at 1440p high, and maybe 4K low, something like that. But if you're playing this game at 1080p, I definitely go for high settings. We should also test it out on Ultra because it looks way better than high. But yeah, I know that most people with the 1060 are playing at the 1080p resolution. Some are playing at the 1440p resolution. And by the way, during a race, the FPS tend to drop by a little bit because we're rendering in other cars. And this area is also a little bit intensive. There are a lot of people in the screen and a lot of different things happening. But anyway, I'm not really going to spend too long here in this video at 4K resolution because, again, most people are playing at 1080p. And although like only 5% of you with 1060s are playing at 1440p, I'm really curious to see what it can do in this game because it is so damn well optimized, guys. Look at this. I just finished testing Halo Infinite in the 3070 today. And it was awful. It was a really bad experience. By the way, can I see the cars? Yeah, okay, there we go. We can see the cars there. And we're getting 70s. Looking in front of us, we're getting 80s. But again, after testing Halo Infinite on the 3070, I just wanted to play an optimized game again. That game is so awfully optimized. Alright, slightly more intensive race. I thought this was still at high settings 1080p, guys. But it seems like it is actually not as intensive as the other one. Maybe because the other one was in the festival area, and again, it had a lot of people, NPCs, or just the people watching. I guess those can't really be considered NPCs, you know, those people right there, those are just moving pixels. You know, they do the same thing every time, and they're like running at 5 FPS or 10. But anyways, the 1060 is definitely all you need if you want to play this game at 1080p high settings. Super good experience here. Pretty much the same results as the previous race, and I am super impressed and super happy with these results for sure. Holy crap. 2560 by 1440 using the high settings still. And look at that. What the hell? We lost like 7 or 8 frames per second here. Maybe a little bit more than that, but still, this is looking super sharp and detailed, and it's still a 60 FPS experience. That's crazy, guys, with a 1060. Let me remind you that the 1060 is a 5-year-old mid-range GPU. It's from 2016, and it's doing this amazing of a job in a 2021 title that looks incredibly good. At this point, it might even run better than Forza Horizon 4. I'm not sure, to be honest. That is super crazy. Let's see all of the cars in the screen now. Alright, 57 there. Not bad. You know, a couple of drops here and there from 60. But it is definitely a smooth and playable experience. VRAM usage is totally under control as well at under 4 GB. It's crazy how the 1060 handles this game. I am glad I chose to test higher resolutions as well in Forza Horizon 5 with this card. I am so impressed. I was expecting 50s and 40s at this resolution, but it didn't really drop that much compared to 1080p. Wow. And it looks so gorgeous. I wish all of the games were this well optimized. it's just incredible what they did here, guys. So good. Anyway, let's stop it there. That's enough for 1440p. And now we're playing at 3840 by 2160 4K resolution and using the same high settings. Can we get 30 plus here, guys? Oh my god, are you serious? Are you actually kidding me? I was thinking in my head, well, if it gets 30 on average or 35 on average, missed the checkpoint, I will be impressed. And then we actually get to the game and get 40. What the hell? This is 4K resolution. It is native 4K resolution, guys. It's looking so sharp and detailed, and it's getting 40 something FPS on a GTX 1060 high settings. What is this? This is awesome, guys. This is amazing. If you want to play this game at 4K, you can with a 1060. At the start of this video, I was telling you about playing it at 4K low or something like that, 4K medium. But no need. High settings runs great here. What the hell? Also, somebody told me that the tunnels in this game, whenever you go through a tunnel, at least on extreme settings, it drops the FPS by a lot. What the hell are those physics? So keep that in mind. It might not get these high FPS all of the time, but I mean, I am happy with this. I don't care. I wouldn't really care about a few drops here and there in some particular areas of the map. It would ruin the experience for about like 10 seconds maybe, but you know what? I'm just super impressed with this performance overall. And also, ray tracing doesn't work inside of the gameplay, only whenever you are in the garage looking at your car and stuff like that. So that's not really working here. If it was, well, we'd probably see like 5 FPS, but still, this is just, it's crazy, guys. We're gonna go ahead and set it to 1080p again and ultra settings now. Ooh, the weather is very different, and we're getting very different FPS as well. Again,
ESC back. This menu is
shut up! So I'm going to show you the settings again. 1080p using ultra settings, and ultra is a lot more intensive than high in this game. For example, the 1050 Ti got around 45, 50 FPS on average at 1080p high settings, and only about 30 using ultra settings. It did drop from 30, so there's that. Let's go to the other race once again. I believe it's this way. Also, look at that VRAM utilization at ultra settings and 1080p resolution. It's at 5.2 gigabytes, around that. So if you have a 3 gigabyte model of this card or a 4 gig card, you will be running the game with a few stuttering issues, I believe. Alright, we're here. I think, is it this here? Oh yes, this is the town where the race happens. Oh, I saw Jack. I think, was that Jack? I saw something. No, it's not Jack, but it's Rex. It's Rex. Hello, Rex. How's it going, boy? How's it going, boy? I'm not gonna hit you. I'm just gonna pet you, you know, with the car. Slightly dropping into the 40s maybe at times. At least the 1% lows suggest that, but it is pretty damn good still. You know, it's not 60 FPS anymore, so it's not that smooth, but if you want that higher visual fidelity coming from ultra settings, you can definitely have it with the 1060. This is still a playable experience, and I know a lot of people are playing this game just for the graphics and enjoying the beautiful views of this beautiful world. You can do it with the 1060 on ultra settings, 1080p. It's gonna look very nice and beautiful, and it's gonna run perfectly fine. Doesn't even drop into the 30s. It might in more intensive areas, but it's probably not gonna actually. So I guess that's it for 1080p ultra settings. Let's just see all of the cars in front of us once again. Please, can you be less stupid and actually go around me? What the hell are you guys doing? Anyway, yeah, it's not really that intensive, is it? Yeah, 47 there. It's pretty good still. Let's do 2560 by 1440 and same ultra settings. We're not testing extreme today, by the way. I think this is already pretty good looking, and you don't need to go to extreme settings to play with the 1060. You'd also run out of VRAM, by the way, at extreme settings, so the game will start stuttering and giving you some warning signs saying that you're running out of VRAM, and that's really annoying, so no point in playing on extreme. But if you're playing on ultra, you can still do it at 1440p resolution, guys. That is just crazy good. What the hell? I would be totally happy with this experience, to be honest. I actually had a 1440p monitor with the GTX 1060 back in like 2017. This was my main GPU back then, by the way. And I was playing a lot of games at that resolution, like Battlefield 1 at 1440p medium or something like that. And I was having a lot of fun at this resolution. So I know that this is not the perfect resolution for the 1060 these days, but that doesn't mean that it can't play games at 1440p. A lot of older titles will run absolutely flawlessly like this, and a lot of newer titles as well, as long as you stay away from like Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite, I guess. Alright, so that's been it for 1440p resolution, guys, and it drops into the high 30s at times, as you could see with all of the cars in the screen. Still perfectly playable, but what about 4K? I think we'll be pushing it here at 4K resolution, but let's find out. Here we go. I'm just gonna resize that. Here it is, and 3840 by 2160 ultra settings preset. Oh boy, yeah, this is rough. I guess this is only good for screenshots at this point. You shouldn't really play with below 30 frames per second. Yeah, you know what? It's still doable, especially after testing the GT710. But I would stay away from this experience for sure. But overall, the 1060 did a very impressive job here in this game. I am super surprised with it. I really enjoyed testing it, and I hope you guys also enjoyed watching this video. So don't forget to leave a like if you did, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I test a lot of GPUs in a lot of different games, and I'll be back very soon with another one. Thank you very much for watching. Love you all. Bye-bye.